record.
Let's do this, bro.
Okay, here we go, Fight.
Rocky Romanella is the founder and CEO of 360 Management Services, LLC, and author of the book, Tighten the Lug Nuts. With over 40 years of boots-on-the-ground leadership experience, Rocky creates excitement through his energy, passion, and knowledge in every podcast. During his 36 years at UPS, he led one of the largest rebranding initiatives in franchising history, the UPS Store, revolutionizing the $9 billion retail shipping and business services market. He also led the integration of more than 20 acquisitions that became UPS Supply Chain Solutions and let us improve financial performance, capabilities, and global footprint. Post-UPS, he served as CEO and director for Unitech Global Services, a telecommunications company, and serves as an independent board member and advisor. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the discussion.
Do this look like work to you? Nah. Looking at the lights like it's all of this for me. Everyone tonight is here. All of this for me. Hands in the air, yeah. All of this for me. Bottles over here. All of this for me. Bottles bringing bottles here. All of this for me.
Hello, Romo Sapiens, and welcome into another edition of the Rome Show here on HamiltonRadio.net, Channel 2, and Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1. I am Andrew Romanella, my partner, Rocky Romanella, our producer, Ruben. We are all here for you. We are taking you up until the 8 o'clock hour. You can join in on the show at 609-807-2492 or head over to Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1. Get in on the comments section and tell us how you feel. I mean, Rock, we got real sports being played in the present moment.
Real life sports being played for real. It's been a lot of fun.
Real life sports being played for real. We need to put that on a t-shirt. I can only imagine you're the most happy about the NHL returning.
I'm happy about it all. I am happy about it all. I actually watched a basketball game the other night. It was enjoyable.
The reason why you would is because the scenario we're in now.
No, I mean, listen, it was an enjoyable game. By the way, I mean, you're taking a free throw and you've got, a TV of fans actually trying to distract you, which is, I mean, that's kind of funny.
It is. And some of the stuff is entertaining. We got baseball on the docket. We got basketball. We got hockey. And we have a whole lot for you today. We're super excited to get on this show here on August 3rd, 2020, because it's been a minute since we were able just to turn the mic on, hit the record button, talk to our friends on Facebook Live and Hamilton Radio about just the world of sports. And before we dive into any of it, I've had the opportunity to go back into the world of sports and coach, and it's been a lot of fun. But I did have an interesting moment over the weekend, Rock, and I felt like the Romo Sapiens would appreciate the story.
What moment are you talking about? Because I want to hear about it, because I don't know if I know.
So in the Thursday night game in the All-American Baseball Classic, which I'm managing the New York Brave.
Go Brave.
Okay, go Brave, right? Play Brave, hashtag.
By the way, it's Brave. It's not Braves, so get it right.
Please get it right. Thank you. Anyways, every Thursday we play our host team, the Rockland Boulders, okay? We play at beautiful Palisades Credit Union Park. Well, this Thursday we were in a 0-0 ball game, straight pitcher's duel. It's the top of the sixth inning, all right? We got a man on first and second, 2 outs. And our 2-hitter comes up. He's been struggling, okay? Grinding at bat. I mean, I'm talking 8 pitch, foul, 9th pitch, foul. 10. We get to 12 pitches in this at bat, all right? We're in a 2-2 count. Now, I remind you, men on first and second, 2 outs. He hits a fastball on the outside corner down the line. It couldn't have been more fair. The amount of fairness that this ball had was off the charts. Off the charts. Okay?
Very fair.
So fair that Mr. 360 Management Services himself even agreed with me that I had every right to be pissed off that the call went against us. In my defense, okay, I respectfully, without saying any bad words, without being demeaning to the umpire, told him he was very wrong about the call, okay? Now, I remind you, I use no bad words, and I made sure that I was distanced, okay? We were distanced. So there are 2 phony moments here. The first one is, I'm sure the inevitable, as you know, is that I got ejected from this game. But the real funny moment in the story came when I was reminding the umpire that he can't miss a call like that in the last inning and showing him where the ball bounced. His response to me was, "You're standing too close to me." Okay. Now, I could only interpret this two ways. Okay. The first way is he's just mad that I'm yelling at him. I'm trying not to spit. I've got my mask on, but it's falling down. I'm trying the protocols. So the second thought in my mind is this man really trying to tell me that, like, because the COVID situation, I'm standing too close, which is a valid point, Rock, if he was wearing a mask himself, but he wasn't. So I took it as the opportunity for me to say, oh, am I standing too close? Where's your mask? He didn't like that.
That's when you got tossed?
No, I didn't even get tossed then. So I took a few steps back. I told him I'd take the feet for us since he wasn't following protocol. And I walked back to third base. Of course, what do you think happened to the batter?
Oh, it was foul ball.
Yep. And then what happened?
Then you got tossed.
No. I didn't.
He got tossed?
Nope. The batter gets back into the box.
Okay.
What do you think his result was?
Strikeout.
Okay. He Ks.
K's.
I strike out, and he strikes out, and I just simply say, "That's on you, Mike. That's on you."
And Mike is the equivalent of Jerry in this situation, just so everyone knows.
Just so we're on the same page.
That's right.
Okay. I take 5 steps. Now, Romo Sapiens, I look you dead in the eye and I tell you, this is on video. It was 5 clean steps before Jerry threw me out of the game.
Tough.
So
take a shower, buddy.
I got my money's worth. I unfortunately got ejected, and my team ended up losing. And I'll tell you how they lost, because I think it's a really cool, interesting idea. But at the end of the day, that's my story for the Romo Sapiens. It was one of my rather enjoyable ejections because of the response that my team had. It was really cool response. I was not particularly happy because when you end up losing the game and you watch that run get taken away from you like that, it's disappointing. And, my thing is, I didn't curse. I didn't tell you sucked. I just simply told you couldn't miss that call at that moment in time. I just don't feel like I was worthy of getting ejected there. That's all.
And you know what? That sucks.
I
I actually thought the story was going to take a different turn,
Really?
quite frankly. Yeah, I thought you were going to tell me, he said, don't get close to me because you smelled. But,
like, listen, dude, did you wash your uniform last night? 'Cause you got to get out of here.
I know where, so I didn't know where the story was going.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the final part of that is in the league, in the All-American Classic, okay, there is no extra innings.
Cool.
You determine the game if it's tied after 9 by a home run derby.
The shootout of baseball.
You get 5 swings each guy,
I like it.
and it's a home run derby. I tell you what, it's electric.
So you get 5. So I get 5 swings. You get 5 swings.
Yes.
And that's it. Whoever hits the most home runs, they win it for their team.
Yes, but if it's tied, okay,
This is where it gets interesting.
right. If it's tied, it essentially is a 1 swing off, meaning the visiting team goes first and gets 5 swings. But the minute they hit 1 home run, the home team guy has to come out and gets 1 swing to match it.
Wow.
And then that's what ends it. So that's what ended up happening. We didn't hit any.
And then do you trade 1 swing tries after that round of 1 swing tries?
So no, in theory, it's a 5 swing try.
No, I understand that.
But
But
yes.
after
Yes. Then it's
the response,
then it becomes
like you only get 1 cup for redemption in beer pong.
right.
So it's the
Yes.
same
It's
concept.
the same idea. Yeah. I think they use the beer pong formula
Yeah,
for the home run derby.
that's
formula.
right.
Yeah. So I think that's more interesting personally than what Major League Baseball is doing right now, which is doing the California rule and having a runner on second base.
I like the home. I like the swing off too, for sure.
You know what it feels like to me? The shootout in hockey.
Yeah, no doubt. I said the shootout of baseball.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. So would you rather that? Like in the 60 game
Right
season,
now?
that's what I'm talking. That's what they should have tried.
Right now, I'm labeling the season 2021 spring training. So I don't. I'm.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for me.
We are the Rome Show. I'm Andrew Romanella. That's Rocky Romanella. We are on HamiltonRadio.net channel 2. You can get in on the action at 609-807-2492 or chime in on the Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1. All right, story time is over here on the Rome Show. So let's dive into a little bit of what we got jam-packed for you on this show. And as you know, the last few weeks we've been starting it off with this date in sports. I like it. It gives you a little bit of a history lesson. It gets us fired up to talk a little bit more. So here's the deal. On this date in 1936,
What a day.
we are going back in time at the Berlin Olympics. Jesse Owens, possibly one of the most famous sprinters in United States history, wins the 100-meter dash in front of Adolf Hitler with a time of 10.3, arguably one of the, at the time and in the history of this country and the world, most infamous winnings of the 100-meter at the Olympics. Jesse Owens went on to win 4 gold medals at the Berlin Olympics. Hats off to Jesse Owens. This date, 1936.
Wow. That's a great historical fact right there.
Can I ask you an honest question?
Sure.
What do you think your 100-meter time would be if you ran it right now?
Right now, 14 seconds.
Really? I was going to give you more credit than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought 14 was good.
Coming from, is it?
I mean,
Well, yeah, I guess if he's running in
I'm not the dude from Cool Runnings, like, but
yeah, I guess I don't even know what the average. A 10.3 for the dude. That's
I mean, I think
the best guy in the
14 is
world.
probably like pretty.
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean,
it is.
I'm probably
Yeah.
being aggressive.
We should do that.
You time a 100-meter dash?
Yeah.
I mean, I would beat you.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, my straight sprinting speed, like just because I don't run miles as fast as you, doesn't mean my straight sprinting speed might not get you there.
I think I'm faster than you always.
I think what we should do is we should time a separate 100.
I think younger brothers are allowed to beat you in like games like video games. When it comes to just like overall foot speed, I think older brothers always win.
no matter the training.
Yes.
This is a genetic thing, people, by
That's
the
right.
way.
That's right.
I would like the Romo sapiens out there, if you're listening in here, okay, and you are an older or a younger sibling, I need to know the sports that you've got in, okay? I don't think I've gotten Rocky in much. The only sport I can think of off the top of my head is golf.
Golf and video games.
Yeah, golf and video games, but I don't count video games. Even though esports is a real thing now, I don't count it in terms of the brother lifetime series of
That's
sports.
because you're good at it.
Yeah, but if you were good at it, would
That's
you really
like
count?
that's such like a subtle like brag.
I mean, like if you
Kinda
counted
like-
it, I'd be like 107-4. But I
it's not that bad. I've gone on runs.
Yeah, only if we played Madden. But I would take golf. There's actually, can I tell another good story before we get off straight off the road?
If you want, we're talking sports.
This is great. So we played a golf match one time. I don't know, it's like 3 or 4 years ago. Okay.
I know exactly what story he's about to tell.
And I think it's been like once or twice in our career, and this is not an exaggeration or a brag, it's just the truth, that I think Rocky has beaten me. So he's got me on this one round. Like you could just feel it. He hasn't really said the scores out loud yet. I know in the back of my mind, he's probably got me by like a stroke or 2, maybe 3, going down into 16, 17, and 18. Okay. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, this is probably the time it's going to happen. Like, here it goes. He's going to beat me. And all right. I think we were playing Mattawang Golf Course, if I remember.
No, we were not. We were
Maybe
definitely
Bunker
at Cream
Hill.
Ridge. Like, let's be
Something
serious.
like that. It was either way. The round ends. We pull the golf cart up. And Rocky's tallying the scores. And instead of, like nicely saying your score, he just mother F's me. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why is this man mother effing me? Well, I guess through those last 3 holes, we tied instead of him beating me. And he was not very happy with himself. And it's easily one of my favorite golf stories because you don't expect someone just to mother F you when you have no idea it's coming.
It typically should be like, hey, nice round.
Yeah. Like, hey, man, nice work. Instead,
Nah.
This time I got
Nah, because it's ridiculous. Because every now and then Andrew has a round where you're like, it really doesn't make sense that he could score that well when he had that many mulligans. Like, that is so, like, I'm telling you, there are rounds when it's
No.
literally like I've literally played better than you this entire round on a collective basis. You've had like 3 good holes, and like next thing you know, you're shooting 4 strokes better than me. It's like who's got the scorecard?
And there's no mulligans. I do not use mulligans. I gladly take my ball in the woods.
I think
You have not played golf with me in a minute.
I think that your addition and subtraction is a little hairy.
I
Sometimes.
disagree wholeheartedly.
I think sometimes a 6 is a 7, 7 is a 6.
Here's what I think happens. I think people get disappointed and annoyed when people are at a consistent pace in golf. And so because maybe back in the day, I used to use a lot of mulligans. Now I'm on USGA handicap. I can't be messing around. My 89s are legit 89s. They have to be. My 92s are legit 92s.
Andrew is just on a subtle brag train
Back in
this
the
entire
day.
episode. Let's bring it back to actual sports. I think we should bring it back.
So my straight off the Rome originally, besides trying to defend my stance on the golf course, was that I'm pissed off at Yoenis Cespedes.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really mad.
I'm not surprised, but I mean, he's definitely annoying.
I'm not surprised, definitely pissed off. Here's the deal. Is a little bit of it because the Mets aren't playing very well? Maybe. But more of it's because I don't understand what's going on. Okay, so here are some numbers for you out here. I got some Romalytics, okay? So Yoenis Cespedes was signed to a 4-year, $110 million deal. Now, he had originally signed a 3-year deal for like $75 million after the 2015 run when he was traded to the Mets. He had an opt-out after the 2016 season. He took that opt-out, then signed a 4-year, $110 million deal, okay? At the end of this year, now there was a reworking in that deal over the summertime, okay? We'll get back to that in a minute. But essentially at the end of that deal, which is this year, he'll make $110 million, okay? At the basis. This man has only played 122 games in that 4-year span. So in that 4 years, there's a possible 648 games, and he has not even played one full season.
Not even close to a full season.
Not even close. And he has the goyons, as Dad would say, to leave the team after restructuring his deal. It's not like the Mets just said, hey, we restructured your deal, by the way. Good luck this year. We appreciate you. No. You knew it was restructured. You knew it was on the line. You're 1 for 16 or 2 for 20 or whatever it is. You got a team that's struggling a little bit right now and a new manager that's trying to find something. If you can't be a team guy, now listen, if it was really COVID-19 related, and I actually thought that, I'd be okay with it. But if it was really COVID-19 related, you would have not played this season at all, like the David Prices, like the other players that decided to stay home based on their feelings on the situation.
No, he said it has nothing to do with COVID. He said we're not good.
It's ridiculous.
I mean,
That's embarrassing
oh, it's definitely embarrassing.
and disappointing.
It's disappointing. I mean, it sucks because he like hit a home run the first game.
And you really thought he was going to.
I thought he was going to play well. I thought this was a perfect scenario for the guy. But you know what? Edwin Diaz blew this save in game 2, and it changed everything for the Mets this year.
Here's my thing. And, Mom said this earlier when I was ranting and raving about him in my pre-show meeting with Mom and Dad. Here's the thing. Does he really want to play baseball?
Nah, no chance.
What is he really here for? Was he here?
Dollars and cents.
There you go. That's it. So he realized he had a talent, came here, signed with the A's, got a big-time contract, and then was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm over it.
No, he wanted to. No, he wanted to make a name for himself again, or he wanted to get paid, and that's why he hit all the home runs and helped the Mets get to the World Series.
And that was it.
And then
That was
he
it.
got
We
paid
saw-
because he got his contract.
You saw the end of his
Now he
career.
restructured his deal, came back to get paid again, and now he's just like,
You saw the end of Yoenis Cespedes' career during the 2015 run to the World Series.
yeah, no. Unless he needs a big payday again, he probably won't ever hit like more than 10 home runs.
So
if he plays again?
What do the Mets do? Because, I mean, listen, I'm not saying that Yoenis Cespedes was the glue, but he was somebody that, and you're lying if you're not going to say this, whether it's right or it's wrong, he was somebody that you were relying on in a top 12 position player scenario to help you win this year.
Nah, Pete Alonso gets hot. Good riddance. It'll be the best thing that ever happened to him.
Right.
I mean, think everything that happened last spring, or last fall, last summer and fall. Like the Mets played so well. Alonso, Rookie of the Year, McNeil leading the NL in batting average. Like they didn't. Cespedes wasn't even in the conversation.
So you just went from loving the fact that he was in our lineup to screw him.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did to me. Why can't I do it right back to him?
You can. It's just so funny because
Well, listen, at the time period, going into a 60-game season with a DH where he didn't have to play the field and all he had to do was hit balls, like, yeah, perfect scenario for that guy.
Well, and then how about the fact that you have Jed Lowry, who also
I don't even know who that guy is. Ask 95% of Met fans. They
Trivia,
don't know
yeah.
who Jed Lowry
You
is.
should
I don't
write
even
that.
know his first name. That was Kyle.
yeah, he did. You did. You came in here and said, "Yo."
I have no idea who this Lowry guy
And
is.
Kyle Lowry
couldn't
is the
even-
point guard on the Toronto.
I couldn't.
Raptors.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't even tell you. Who the guy, if the guy's ever played baseball before.
Clearly not for the New York Metropolitans.
He's literally played as many games as his Mets career as I've seen Bobby Bonilla play in the last 10 years.
Think about the amount.
And they
of
both
money.
get paid by the Mets
Think
still.
about the amount of money that Yoenis Cespedes Jed Lowry, and Bobby Bonilla tie up for the
So
Metropolitan.
when you hear about the Mets and everyone's like, "Oh, it starts with ownership," it's like
This is
here's
it.
3 examples of how terrible they are.
That's a combined like $75 million this year.
Not to mention, you're still in the hole, like $350 million from Bernie Madoff.
Yeah. That's why this team needs to be sold.
Oh man, they're bad. I want A-Rod.
You remember? You want that ownership group.
I only want A-Rod. I don't want all the other people that want to be a part of it. Like, I don't want any
I don't
pro
know.
football players. Like, I don't need that.
You want what the Los Angeles Dodgers got.
The only pro
Magic Johnson.
The only pro football player I want is Peyton.
And you just because you love Peyton, man.
Yeah, of course.
I feel that.
No, but I'd like that Cohen guy to buy the team. I like either one, like A-Rod or the Cohen guy.
Whoever's
I'm
gonna
cool
spend
with
money.
I'm cool with either one. Yeah.
If you're going to spend money and you're going to put the resources into the team, you're going to make them a big market team, and you're going to spend the way you should spend. That's why I talk about the Dodgers ownership group with Magic Johnson, because the minute they took over 7, 8, 9 years ago, whatever it was, look what's happened to the Dodgers. Now, I get it. You could sit here and say, well, they haven't won a World Series yet, but they've been in 2, and they're in the World Series every year. They've won the NL West 6 straight years in a row. And they're not signing players that make $20 million in 2 years and don't even play on their roster.
And if Zach Greinke just didn't have frostbite
Oh,
in October, I mean,
that's
they might be
hilarious.
in three more World Series.
I agree with you.
I mean, they've contended in every single one since in that time period.
yes.
They've been a contender every one. They've spent money like the Yankees of the West Coast. They just don't have the history.
609-807-2492. Get in on the Rome show here. Andrew Romanella, Rocky Romanella, taking you all the way up until the 8 o'clock hour here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel 2, and Facebook.com/The Rome Show 1. Outside the Metropolitans, baseball has also been a mess.
Baseball is a mess.
21 games have been canceled since the start of the season. And from what I'm hearing,
Blackjack.
only 8 of those games are going to be replayed. So that means a total of 13 games on the season will have been canceled and not replayed. And that's only to today, right? Who knows what that's going to be moving forward?
Yeah.
Real concerns.
I just don't understand how this happened. Actually, I do understand. This is what happens when you have terrible dialogue between the players and the owners, and you compromise and force a season based on what's happening now between the Marlins and the Cardinals, with over 21 players testing positive for COVID-19, and you having to cancel 21 games, and you have to have all this uncertainty across the league. You've got guys like Yoenis Cespedes acting the way he's acting, and you've got all this other stuff, right? And then, not to mention, you've got both the NBA and the NHL in bubbles producing zero positive tests, right? In the background. It's like, you know what? You would have been better off not playing.
Well, and that's what makes no sense to me, because the basis of this whole thing is there are going to be no fans in the stadiums. So why did we have to worry about being in our Major League Baseball stadiums, knowing that we don't need the fans? And that's what the NBA and the NHL realized. Now, I get it. The NHL is using hub cities that are actual NHL franchise stadiums, but it's a hub city and it's only one location. The basketball's smart. Let's go to the wide world of sports. There's a bunch of basketball courts. We don't need fans. So it could literally just be a basketball court and seats. And oh, by the way, what basketball's doing with the virtual fans is super cool.
Yeah, hockey had some virtual fans up too.
I'm not going to lie. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird at first.
Yeah, I don't necessarily.
I didn't
I don't like
like
it in the middle of the game. Like, it's a little tacky.
It is a little strange,
Yeah.
right? But I know you said it earlier. It was kind of funny, though.
It's definitely funny. I mean, it makes you laugh. Yeah, it's you're having fun with the game.
But it comes back to your point, though. Those things come from the fact that basketball and hockey took the stance right away. We'll worry about the fans later. We need to worry about getting a product for people to watch on TV. What else comes with that? We'll figure it out once we get that situation set up. For some reason, baseball, and it's, again, because the owners and the players weren't on the same page, was so like, it was like, oh, no, I mean, how could we play in our spring training facilities? Why? I don't understand.
That's the craziest thing.
You have hubs.
MLB has a bubble
built
already. Arizona and Florida, they go to the bubble 6 weeks every single year.
It makes no sense.
Every year.
Like, why? Why did we need to use our stadium?
Tell you, it doesn't make any sense.
It's mind blowing to me. And now you have the issues that you have. So I'm curious. Whenever anyone asks me, like, what do you think is going to happen with baseball? I'm 50-50 right now. I'm 50-50 because
What happens if there's another
One-
team,
exactly
like one more, like how many, dude? Like at some point, you
What
just
is
got to
it?
be
It's
like,
3 teams now, 4.
it's 2. It's the Cardinals and the Marlins, and they just canceled the Field of Dreams game.
So of the that's so sad.
So they just canceled the Field of Dreams game today,
Okay,
right? The Marlins had their thing last week.
and they lost a week and a half.
The Cardinals are now doing the same thing. Who's next, and how much longer? If I'm Rob Manfred, do I just pull the plug?
Right, and here's my thing: like the team like the Phillies, team like the Yankees, no cases, but they also had to lose games because of who they played prior, which was the Marlins,
That's
the
right.
Cardinals, the Phillies. That's the thing. It's one team that results in 3, 4, 5 teams
So if
having to
I'm-
miss games.
So what happens when my winning percentage is tied with someone who had 5 games canceled and I played all 60?
Right. That makes no sense. You're
What-
asking yourself for issues.
Yeah.
And here's part of what I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. Right. I want to see what 8 of those games they've decided to make up because I believe that they believe that at the end of the day, the Marlins won't be a playoff team anyways, which I disagree with wholeheartedly because it's a 60-game season. But I wonder if that's the play they're going to make here.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Head to head doesn't matter.
Right. But overall record does. And if they think the Marlins are going to finish under 500 anyways,
They
might
what? They're
work-
just going to gift every team that was supposed to play them a couple of wins?
No, they might work harder to make up the Phillies-Yankees games over the Marlins-Phillies games or the Marlins-Yankees games.
I'm just saying. Either way, like, it don't matter. It's a mess.
It is a mess.
It's a mess.
And I agree with you. I think it's one more team, you pull the plug.
How do you not pull the plug?
Yeah, I don't know. Because you're getting into really dangerous
It's
territory.
just like you're at this point. It's laughable.
Then now my question becomes, right? So if you end up pulling the plug on the 2020 season, okay? Do you just like, okay, this never happened? Like,
Yeah.
all right, you know what? It's just like wash.
You're not
2020.
even close to the 5th inning.
Right. You're not even close to the 3rd inning.
You're not even in the first.
Yeah.
You're not even out of the first inning. I gotta be honest with you.
100%.
You're in the first inning, and your starter is
He's
giving up.
getting-
He's getting peppered,
And he's throwing the occasional 4 pitch.
and you literally are sitting there like, oh my god, I've got no relief pitchers, and I need someone to stand on the hill for the next 4 innings to get me to the 5th.
It's the Sunday day game. We're
Forget about it. Yeah, you got tuned up the night before. There's no reason you should have gotten on the field.
And now here we are.
There you go.
And the sad part about it is they had the best opportunity because they hadn't started their year, and yet the hockey is coming back better than ever. Feels like playoff hockey, plays like playoff hockey.
It is playoff hockey.
Playoff hockey.
It's playoff hockey.
Basketball has been super enjoyable.
Basketball's been actually very good.
It almost feels like without fans, it's more effort because it's literally like more than anything else a pride thing. 'Cause it's like I'm whooping your butt and I'm talking.
Oh
And
yeah.
there's no one else to talk for me.
Listen, there's no. You are the raw emotion.
No doubt.
So now I want you to think about every time you played in a gym, every time you played, late at night, early in the morning, and there's just that camaraderie between you and the other team and you and the guys on your bench. And it's like, it's us versus them. Like, let's go get it.
No doubt.
And it's your job to cheer. It's your job to like get guys pumped up. It's your job to drop the mitts and get in a little scrap.
It almost feels not in a degrading or a bad way, but it almost feels high schooly, collegey,
Yeah, it's awesome.
right?
Like, that's the best part.
like they're
But that's how you're gonna get the best out of these guys.
and you've been in a professional locker room, okay? You realize at the end of the day that these 25, 35, 29-year-old dudes, they're all kids at heart anyways, just playing a game.
yeah,
This gives you an even closer feel to that just when they're in the heat of competition.
yeah, no doubt. Like I said, it's literally summer camp for professional
I
athletes.
think that's the funniest example ever.
The baseball and hockey is summer camp for professional athletes.
Baseball and basketball.
Yeah,
Excuse
yeah,
me,
hockey and
basketball.
basketball. Yeah, whatever. NBA, NHL.
What sport is in a bubble? We just talked about this.
It's not the Biodome.
No, but I'd much rather of the two bubbles, though. I would rather the basketball one.
Well, the basketball one's cool. It's because everyone's in the same place, but you just can't do it with the ice.
We're up against the break here. We got a few seconds before we go to it, though. Give me the nitty gritty on the Metropolitans because, first off, let me put it this way. It's a 60-game season. We've mentioned that. It gives teams a chance to compete when they might not have. Baltimore Orioles, great example. Sitting in second place in the A or whatever the heck we're calling this Eastern Conference or whatever the hell they call it now, right? That's a team that was literally the worst team in baseball last year. Can it last? I don't know, but they're in a good spot. Okay? You see it with the Rays. You see it with a few other teams. We thought the Mets could be that team. It looks to me, yeah, okay, they have a game where they don't score a lot of runs. Their offense doesn't look that great. But at the end of the day, it looks to me like pitching's the issue. And that scares me a little bit because we were being told, at least we were reading or hearing, that pitching shouldn't be an issue.
I think that a drastic measure has to happen, and you have to save a big game if the Mets have any chance. Like, they are the quintessential momentum shifting, like, pregame speech, halftime speech from a coach, cliche talk from an announcer on the thing. Like, momentum is everything. All you just need is one play to change everything. And I think that if you can literally find a place where Edwin Diaz could save 2 games in a row, and he's got to save a tight game, right? And it's got to be a game that's suspenseful that you battle back from, or someone like Dylan Betances, or even Jerry Familia comes in and saves a game that he shouldn't even be in, right? And something crazy has to happen for them, or else they're going to flounder like this for the rest of the season.
And here's my thing. I think you make a great point without even probably trying to make that point. It should be a bullpen by committee right now. It should not be one set closer, because to your point, you might catch a Jay Reese Familia on the right day. He closes out a game, and the back-to-back save doesn't necessarily come from Edwin Diaz, but it comes from Edwin Diaz throwing the 7th the night before and the 9th the next day and getting the save.
Yeah, either way, you just need to go win some games.
That's the thing.
And
hold a lead when you have it.
And listen, 60-game season, crazy-ass format. You got just a ridiculous amount of, like, why are we playing home and home in Boston and New York? It so makes no sense.
None whatsoever.
The
Red Sox aren't great.
Just put away your analytics.
Oh yeah,
put away the statistics and go give me the best 9 guys that you think you have on the field every day. I don't want to see a lineup change every night I turn the TV on. Some dude was playing second base for the Mets the other night. I have no idea who it was.
Well, you know that's really funny, because I was listening to a caller on the radio today talk about how Michael Tauchman for the Yankees has had like a great few games, but yet the Yankees keep starting Brett Gardner every night, and Brett Gardner's like started the season like 1 for 16, and the point was the Yankees are 7-1. Why change anything, right? There's a point to that consistency. So I think for your point, it's a fine line. They're not winning at that level, so it doesn't need to be that consistent. There should be some changes, but you still can't have no consistency.
Dude, every day I see a different lineup.
Like, I'm okay with the 1 through 6 hitter being the same. Maybe you adjust 7 and 8 every once. Well, now you have a DH, so 7, 8, 9. You mix in, day off here, day off there, whatever is the scenario. But then again, why do you need a day off in a 60-game season?
I just don't get how 1 through 5 is different every night, with your 4-hitter and your 3-hitter being different every night.
He's trying to find lightning in a bottle.
These are your most important players.
Yes.
These are your most important hitters, right? And literally you have I don't
believe the Mets have a true 4-hitter.
I don't think the Mets have a true general manager or leader, because they're literally like, where is the management of the players?
And that's the other part of the Cespedes
thing. It kills me. It kills me.
How is your general manager releasing a statement during the game?
Yeah. Listen, I love the Mets, and I'm the first to defend them. But
you are, because you defended them hard like 2 days ago.
I always defend them. I always defend the Metsies. And you know what? I can't take it
now.
I can't take it. It doesn't help that I'm so down on the league.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. Listen,
right?
Here's the deal. New York Metropolitans brand.
I'm happy for the Yankees. I'm not happy for their fans.
I'm happy for Aaron Judge though.
Yeah, no, I like
they're a fun team to watch.
I've always liked the Yankees. The people that need to go back and forth, Yankees, Mets, it never made sense to me.
I agree.
It literally makes zero sense.
Yeah. Just like it's like people that hate the Patriots that are New York Giants fans.
It doesn't make sense.
Why do you hate the Patriots?
There's no reason to hate the Patriots. It's like Phillies fans who say they hate the Yankees more than they hate the Mets. I'm like, what are you?
Why?
Where did you come from?
Yes.
You're not even in the same league.
You played in one World Series. You played in
one.
One World Series.
One world. It makes no sense. So anyway, I'm pumped for the Yankees.
Yes, I agree.
It's always listen. I think baseball is always better when the Yankees are playing well.
A, and B, when you just see good baseball in general, doesn't matter the uniform that's being worn, besides the Braves and the Phillies.
Well, and you know what? Now these guys are high profile guys, and yeah, you got Giancarlo Stanton getting paid, and you've got the majority of your pitching staff getting paid. But right, the reason the Yankees are great right now is really good organic growth, which is the similar way that they brought Jeter, Mariano, and Jorge Posada up. Like they all came through the Yankees organization the same way.
You're right.
Right, so it's nice to see that that's how they did it again. So I like
And I think that's why we love guys like McNeil and Conforto and
they're
even
Mets.
the Brandon Nimmo. Right.
they're all
Jacob
Mets.
DeGrom.
Yeah,
That's why you love them.
they're lifelong Mets.
Petey Alonso.
They came up through the Mets system, and those are the people you want to build around. And you're just getting pieces that are, they got splints and casts on.
Used. Yeah, no
You know.
doubt. No doubt. This is the Rome Show here on HamiltonRadio.net, Channel 2 and Facebook.com/the Rome Show. Juan Rube, here's the deal. We are going to hit the break here. We are going to pay those bills. But listen, Romo Sapiens, before we break for you, we're going to remind you that on the back end of this break, we have a little bit of trivia. This week's trivia titled Spell That Name in the hockey variety. That's going to be exciting. Plus, we're going to dissect the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, talk a little bit of basketball, and we have Rock's reviews to close out this August 3rd show. So stay with the Rome Show here all the way up until the 8 o'clock hour. We will be right back after this brief break.
Rocky Romanella is the founder and CEO of 360 Management Services LLC and author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts. With over 40 years of boots on the ground leadership experience, Rocky creates excitement through his energy, passion, and knowledge in every podcast. During his 36 years at UPS, he led one of the largest rebranding initiatives in franchising history, the UPS Store, revolutionizing the $9 billion retail shipping and business services market. He also led the integration of more than 20 acquisitions that became UPS Supply Chain Solutions and led its improved financial performance, capabilities, and global footprint. Post-UPS, he served as CEO and director for Unitech Global Services, a telecommunications company, and serves as an independent board member and advisor. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the discussion.
All right. We are back here on the Rome Show, HamiltonRadio.net, Channel 2, Facebook.com/the Rome Show. One, I am Andrew Romanella. That is Rocky Romanella. We are taking you all the way up until 8 o'clock on Hamilton Radio. Get us on the phone line, 609-807-2492. It's arguably my favorite part of the show. This is something that we started, I don't know, something like 2 months ago when quarantine really started kicking and Rome Show Madness ended. By the way, okay, head over to wideworldofrome.com and check out the Squad Locker store we got with the Rome Show apparel, because I got to be honest with you people, it's fantastic. I got some pictures sent to me from the winner of Rome Show Madness a few different times over the course of the summer. The hoodies, the T-shirts. We got Rome Show masks. You got to go into stores with your mask on, okay? So you might as well rep the Rome Show while you do so. Plus, 20% of whatever you guys buy comes back to the show, which is why we're able to have this cool stuff around us, and then hopefully, maybe put some of that cool stuff into giving back to the fans. So head over to wideworldofrome.com and check out the Squad Locker store. Get yourself some Rome Show gear, because we would appreciate the support.
Yeah, that'd be outstanding. The gear's sweet. It's hot fire.
All right, Hot Fire, here's the deal, all right? The name of the game is Spell That Name,
I'm excited for this one.
okay?
I'm a world-class speller.
The first script spelling bee preliminary round.
That's right.
The category is National Hockey League. Okay?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Give me Benjamin Jarmelson.
Okay. Your first name,
Oh, no.
Brady Shea.
SKJEI.
Very nice. All right. Gave him an easy one to
That
start.
was an easy one. I know Brady.
Gave him an easy one to
Don't know. I
start.
just played for my favorite.
Okay, moving forward.
By the way, the Brady Shea hit on Jesper Foss completely set the tone for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yes, because they
Rangers series.
scored on that power play, and then bam.
And Jesper Foss can't play anymore.
Little backstory on that. Brady Shea was a New York Ranger, which is why we
Up
started
into the
show
trade deadline.
this year, then went to the Carolina Hurricanes, who the New York Rangers are playing in the first round of the
Yeah,
playoffs.
I know.
Tough out there, but great job by Brady Shea.
Would argue that has really put a damper on the mentality of the young Ranger squad.
I would agree, no doubt. We'll get to that after. Spell that name. One more factoid on Brady Shea. There's a great SNL skit.
So good.
So good. Let's do that. Hockey.
Probably the inspiration for this
That
segment.
definitely might be part of the inspiration where trying to have the
Chance the
reporter,
Rapper.
Chance the Rapper spell Brady Shea or say his name. Hilarious. Calls him Skeegee. Fantastic. Okay. Moving on. Number 2. Jonathan Taves.
Jonathan Taves, captain of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Correct.
Toews.
That is correct.
There you go. 2 for 2.
All right. 2 for 2.
I'm a big Taves guy.
Of hockey names.
I love Patrick Kane. By the way, you want to watch one of the best hockey players and go watch Patrick Kane during the Olympics. Not
Okay.
even, I mean, he's incredible in the NHL, but in the Olympics, fire.
Difference maker.
The last time we had the Olympics, with the TJ Oshie shootout,
Yep.
Patrick Kane was incredible.
Incredible. And I gave Jonathan Taves because I found that the common person that might not know the hockey names, when you see Taves written, it looks like toes.
Totally.
Toews, as Rocky just spelled it. So I got yelled at one time for doing a trivia on this show and not giving easy ones to start the game. So I'm like, all right, I'll give him 2 easy ones I know he's going to get. Moving on
Those are good warm-ups.
to number 3, Igor Shesterkin.
I don't even know. I struggle with pronouncing Shesterkin.
Can you spell Igor?
Igor?
Yeah,
All right, I got Igor.
Shesterkin.
Yeah, Shesterkin is SHIR. It's like
It's so wrong.
it's like SHA. What do you think? SHO? SCHO? It's Russian, so
I'll give you the first 3 letters, and then I will pronounce it slowly for you.
yeah.
SHE, and it's Shesterkin.
Yeah, SHESTIRKIN.
Close. SHESTERKIN. Igor
Yeah.
Shesterkin.
Kwaki Serpi Piku.
Ah.
That is a Chris Farley Saturday Night Live special right there. Yeah.
Heap?
Yeah.
Heap hop?
Wow.
Keep
Now,
on under
now
this?
you completely changed realms, but similar.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I thought Adam Sandler.
All good.
There we go. Okay. Igor Shesterkin is the one of 3. You can't even call him a backup or starter because they're all 3 are like starters for the New York Rangers.
Yeah. Deemed unfit to play.
Yeah.
And that's why he hasn't started.
Which is
And you'll love this. So the NHL mandated that no team has to disclose any injuries.
Dude, I love the NHL.
You don't have to tell anyone anything.
anything. It's like
You're just like, he's unfit to play.
because
You don't know. You have no
right,
idea.
and because saying lower body injury wasn't vague enough.
No, I
We
know.
have to literally go as vague as possible.
That's right. Unfit to play,
Unfit to
which
play.
I absolutely love. But
That's
to
what
remind fans, Igor and Pavel Buchnevich got in a car accident right before COVID, and he actually had to miss a couple games because
and
of
Igor was playing.
that. He was 12-1
playing
in
very
his
well.
first 13 games ever at the NHL level.
Moving on, spell that name. Volume August 3rd, 2020. Connor Hellebuck.
HELLEBUCK.
False.
That's close.
It is very close.
Oh, HELLA.
No.
I don't know.
Think about your original spelling and then think how hockey names add random letters everywhere.
HELLEI.
You are on the right path. Just move farther down the word.
It's probably EOBUCK.
HELLEBUBUY.
CKE. That's right. There is a Y. Yeah, like Kachuk.
Connor Hellebuck. All right, we got 3 more on the list of
Yeah.
spell
I
that
can see a Kachuk coming in
name.
here.
I really thought you were gonna get Hellebuck.
Well, I like Connor Hellebuck.
I know you
Edmonton
do.
Oilers.
I tried to use names that I know you would know.
If you're a non-hockey fan, and you want a series to watch in this round, watch Oilers Flames.
Why?
It's the battle for Alberta. Alberta, a province in Canada. There's 2 teams, Edmonton, Calgary, and there has just been a heated rivalry So much so that the NHL actually had to be at their game
Love it.
back in the fall. So it's and just the play is good. It's a great competition.
If there is a sport that doesn't need fans, it's the National Hockey League.
yeah,
Players don't need even need to be on TV. They'll
There-
play this hard.
So there's only one thing I miss from fans right now. So like everything else I'm good with. Like I'm good with the play, I'm good with everything. There's only one thing I miss about not having fans. And that is in the playoffs, if you have the opportunity to watch a Canadian national anthem being sung in a Canadian in a Canadian stadium,
oh yeah,
it's incredible.
no doubt.
So it's electric.
It's electric. And I've had that experience on the field in Quebec. We were there for the championship series. There was about 5,000. And it was the most electrifying national anthem I've ever been a part
It's
of.
the greatest. And half of it's in French.
French,
And everyone in the stadium singing.
No
the whole stadium singing it. It's crazy.
It's like the anthem singer starts with "Okay," and then everybody goes into the anthem.
yeah,
Chills.
I know.
I agree with you 100%.
And I know all the words to the anthem, and I always sing it with them.
And it's kind of funny.
It's a
to me, like,
blast.
why do I know the national
No,
anthem
I know.
of Canada?
I know. I know.
But then again, growing up Romo Sapiens and playing a lot of hockey and playing a lot of international hockey, you got used to, if you were at a tournament that would play the anthems, you got used to playing the Canadian national anthem. If you were at a prep school and you were playing a Canadian team and they played the anthem, you played it. You know, in the Can-Am League, we go to Canada, you play the Canadian national anthem. So you don't realize how often you were hearing it growing up. Then when you look back, you're like, I know every word of this anthem.
Yeah. The Newman College Knights
Newman College that's
used to
right.
have so many Canadian players on their team. Now, mind you, they're in Philadelphia.
Philly.
They literally where we wrote the Declaration of Independence, and you go to play them in Aston, PA, and they're playing the Canadian national
That
anthem.
is fantastic. Doesn't Norwich do that too? Like some of those schools up in northern New York.
Yeah, well, that's a little different. You're pretty close.
because you're close.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Spell that name. Volume August 3rd, 2020. We're gonna go with Rasmus Ristolainen.
Ristolainen,
Yes.
Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah, Ristolainen. So Ristolainen.
So close.
Damn.
Same issue you ran into.
So I
with
missed a Y
Hellebuck.
or a
No.
Q or like
Well, I mean, it's not a Y, but it's the same idea there.
Ristolainen. I get-
Ristolainen.
Yeah, so L-Y. No, it's L-I-N-E-N. L, two L's.
L-A-I-N-E-N.
That's so ridiculous. Why is there an A?
How hilarious. is
Yeah,
that?
so many vowels.
Rasmus Ristolainen.
Yeah, Ristolainen is a good one.
Ristolaine. And don't ask me the country of origin because I have no freaking clue moving forward.
Ristolainen he's not Swedish, but he might maybe that's Czech. No, I actually don't know either.
Whatever it is, I have no idea. Andre Burakovsky.
Burakovsky?
Yes. Andre Burakovsky.
B-U-R-R-O-K. O-U-K-S-Y.
You are close, actually. Burakovsky.
Oh, I got the end right.
Yeah, you
So I
were,
didn't get the borough.
no, you yeah, which I thought you would get. Burakovsky.
Well, I got excited, but because I knew the Kovsky.
Burraiqqq.
I got the Ovsky right now. I'm surprised you haven't chosen Nino Niederreiter.
I thought about it.
Yeah, he's a good one. That's another Carolina Hurricane.
It's so hard though because then you start going.
I'm surprised. Like, the fact that I didn't get a Brady or a Matthew Kachuk is really surprising
Well,
to me.
again, I'm thinking of ones that you might know how to spell.
Yeah, but think of it. Kachuk is literally spelled with a T,
yeah, you're right.
and it's K.
Yeah, you're
It
right.
starts with a T.
But it is K. I should have gone with Yager. Yogger.
J-A-G-R. Is there another letter? No, that's it.
I got one more for you.
Let's go.
Okay.
Gretzky.
Mike Smith. All right. Another Andre. Vasilevsky.
Ooh, Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky is at Colorado Avalanche now?
No, that was Burakovsky.
Oh, that's right. Where's Vasilevsky playing now?
The Tampa Bay Lightning.
That's right. That's right. All right. So Vasilevsky is going to be V-A-S-I-L.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this is stupid because left, but it's not really left. Vasilevsky. So V-A-S-I-L. ESKY.
Oh my God, you're so close.
It's like IEKSKY maybe.
You are right about that, but there's one more letter you are
Probably
missing.
like a Q.
VASIL
Yeah, I knew it. There's the
SKIY.
left. That's the left.
Vasilevsky. So the names I just gave you were just to go over this, just so that people realize what he was just quizzed on. Brady Shea, spelled SKJEI. Jonathan Taves.
And baseball Shea spelled SHEA.
Just so you know, Jonathan Taves, spelled TOEWS. Connor Hellebuck, Igor Sherskin, Rasmus Ristolainen, Andre Burakovsky.
Thanks for you didn't ask me to spell their first names.
Right? And Andre Vasilevsky. So there you go. That is spell that name. How'd you feel?
I actually felt pretty good about it.
That wasn't bad.
No, I liked it because we got to talk a little hockey.
We did. And I want to continue that hockey conversation. I know we have 8 minutes left in the show. All right. And I know we got Rock's reviews coming up. But I really did come in here wanting to get your opinion on the hockey. And we just talked about it a little bit. And I'm going to start where I finished, which was you don't need fans to have the level of play that you want to have if you're an NHL fan watching hockey in its return. That's what I realized in the first few days.
No, it was just as good. It was just as good. I was just as into it. It bothered me zero, actually. I was able to you were able to take in what the NHL did, which is I think they've done a great job putting it on. So I loved it. I mean, the games themselves are outstanding. You had Tampa and Washington go to double overtime today. Washington took it in the round robin series. The Bruins Philly played a pretty good game the other day. I mean, like I said, the Jets Oilers. I mean the Jets Carolina Calgary is just an incredible series. So I mean,
and just to break it down,
Arizona took one over the Nashville.
I know we did, and that's what's been fun for me is I've watched a few high seeds win games early, and now here's what's different. And this is what I don't know if people recognize, because you go into the playoff hockey expecting a 7-game series, but it's not for all of these series right now. They're 5-game series for those playing games.
It's the playing round.
Right.
Yeah.
So like in the Rangers scenario now, you don't want to be down 2-0 in a 7-game series. But if you're down 2-0 in a 7-game series, that game 3 win goes a whole lot farther than if you're down 2-0 in a 5-game series.
Oh yeah,
That's the difference.
Yeah, Rangers backs against the wall.
Backs
Down
against the
2-0.
wall.
I mean, forget about it. Well,
And-
they literally are. You can't lose.
I mean, and you think about it, right? Everyone's back was against the wall with the scenario of the quarantine heading into a shortened, condensed spring training to get back into the groove of hockey. And really, and you know this as a hockey player your whole life, it would probably take you 5 games to get back into full playing shape.
Oh, I was saying to Jen the other day. I was like, just the first game of any season. You get on the ice. You're like, holy crap, this game is fast.
Yes.
I'm sure it's the same for football. I'm sure it's the same for every sport. You're like, wow, that fastball is way faster.
That was 92.
That's not what I remember. Right. And then you're like, all right, let me get my head around this thing, or else I'm going to get smoked by someone
no doubt.
skating really fast.
No doubt.
So then take that and then times it by the playoffs. And it's just the intensity level is out through the roof. So,
And that's what I think makes it the most fun. And I think when you watch a team like, let's say, I've watched the Blackhawks twice now. I don't know how that's ended up, but I've watched the Blackhawks twice. Fun team to watch.
Blackhawks are always fun.
Playing in almost like a rebuilding year, because last year they were terrible.
Very much so a rebuilding year.
This year they were just trying to get better, almost like a Rangers scenario where they kind of found themselves being rewarded for this scenario because now they get to play playoff hockey as a younger team with some vets, of course. I love watching I've enjoyed watching the Blackhawks. Watched the Minnesota Wild the other day. Fantastic game.
Wild have a pretty good team.
And I'm sitting here saying to myself, what makes this better for me is the team like the Wild, probably not somebody that maybe is a Stanley Cup contender. But then you put them in this scenario, and you're like, anything can happen. You just leveled the entire playing field.
It's great.
That's what's so great about it. And then you put the intensity of playoff hockey into the picture, and you're getting high-scoring games too, which is cool too. You're watching 5-6, 5-4 games. You're getting games that are 3-2, 2-1. But for the most part, I've seen a lot of action, a lot of pucks on the net, and a lot of physicality.
So much physicality.
Wow.
Yeah, no one gets off the hook in the playoffs.
The ice feels so small to me, right? I don't know if that's because the optics,
or if that's just because I see so much
No,
physicality.
the ice gets smaller in the playoffs because you don't play. You have to play physical. The part of the game is physically wearing the other team down. That is part of the winning.
Do you have an upset in the first round before we move on? Like, do you think there's a team that you could see taking a series that they might not have been thought of to take?
Yeah, I honestly I don't think there's one series that's safe.
I agree with you.
I think that at the end of the day, I think there'll maybe be two play-in teams that win.
Now explain the top 4 seeds for me again. They're playing each other for seeding right now.
Yeah.
correct?
So after
Lightning.
so after every round in the playoffs, you reseed, right? So it's not a bracket, right? So
People don't realize that about hockey.
yeah, so it's not a bracket, and well, they changed the rules a couple years ago. It used to be straight bracket,
Yes,
and then they changed the rules because they wanted more inter-division first round play,
Sure.
which is just created an absolute the first round is nuts. Anyways, so if you are a top 4 seed, you are playing in a round robin pool. So on the East, for example, it's the Bruins, the Flyers, the Lightning, and the Caps, right? And they're playing round robin, and their points in the games, that's going to reseed them 1 through 4.
Right.
And then after 5 through 12 play, they'll reseed from wherever they're at from 5 to 8, and that's what's going to determine the first round of the playoffs.
And to double down on the explanation of reseeding, so let's say the 1, 2, 3, and 4 teams move on, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 move on. You reseed and you have one playing 10. You have
the lowest seed takes the 8th spot.
So, but if the one team loses, the 2 seed essentially assumes the 1
first
seed
spot.
position.
That's right.
That's how you have to think about it.
Yeah.
And I think reseeding is the most. Listen, I'm 50-50. For some reason in hockey, of the 2 models I've watched in my lifetime, I like the reseeding more.
In this-
to your point,
In this format, they had the reseed.
Yes.
You had the
Okay.
reseed because you allowed teams that weren't supposed to be in the playoffs into the playoffs.
Yes, and I think
Right. And you had to respond to that, and it had to be done a fair way.
2 weeks from now, we're going to be watching some of the best hockey we might have watched in years.
It's gonna be really good. And I just think the NHL's done such a good job.
They've been doing a great job. So check out
Great-
the hockey.
Great interview with Gary Bettman before the Ranger game on Saturday, because they were the first game to kick it off. And he was saying, he's like, it's funny. They had a call with the players, and they were talking about how, listen, we know you're going to be taken away from your families for a long time. If you want, we're open to making, both the play-in round and the first 2 rounds of the actual playoffs best of 5 to help get you home.
Sure.
Right. And none of the players, the player committee was like, no chance. Like, if we have to have the people who hoist the cup
See, integrity.
feel as though they did it the right way, and no one can question
No doubt.
that route. They had to
That's
do
why
it the
I
right
love
way.
Hockey players.
Yeah.
Because they don't care about the other things. It's about the pride of winning the cup first.
There's too much. It's weird. Listen, if you take a foul in basketball, it doesn't really hurt you, right?
Correct.
It's almost expected, right? But if you foul out, okay, maybe you hurt the team, depending on what your status at that point in the game.
No doubt.
Right? Sometimes you're in the game to foul out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's your job.
Football, yes, you could really hurt the team, but for whatever reason, you literally hurting doesn't stop someone from holding.
No,
I don't get it. Or
Yeah.
hopping offsides, right? But in hockey, for whatever reason, the disciplinary factor on the whole team playing, letting your teammates down, like that has so much part of what the game is and how it's played, that like, that integrity, that honor, it's the last. Like I've always said, it's like the last of the classical kind of like honorary type feeling.
I agree. There's
You know?
not one hockey player out there that wants to disappoint anybody on his hockey team roster, anyone that he has ever stepped on the ice with. And, having us played it both for 15 plus years in our lifetime, it's just kind of crazy to think that you can have professionals that feel that way, that don't care about the money, that are just doing it because they love it. And they're like, we need to do it this way because it's the right way to do it.
That's right.
All right, real quick before we get out of here, give us your rock review, August 3rd, 2020.
I was reviewing the NHL.
Oh, drop that one on you, Romo Sapiens.
Yeah, so we're good.
Watch hockey. Love hockey. It's a great sport. This has been the Rome Show, August 3rd,
2020. I am Andrew Romanella. That is Rocky Romanella. We appreciate all of you, the Romo Sapiens, that have tuned in every week, tuned in just this week, told your friends, tell your friends, let everybody know. Head over to wideworldofrome.com. Check out the apparel. Just simply click shop, and you'll see all the Rome Show apparel that is available. Get yourself a face mask. It's important. Follow at Wide World of Rome on Instagram and on Twitter. We will be back next week, August 10th, 2020. Until then, enjoy the live sports. Let's go Mets, and we'll see you later.
Rocky Romanella is the founder and CEO of 360 Management Services LLC and author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts. With over 40 years of boots on the ground leadership experience, Rocky creates excitement through his energy, passion, and knowledge in every podcast. During his 36 years at UPS, he led one of the largest rebranding initiatives in franchising history, the UPS Store, revolutionizing the $9 billion retail shipping and business services market. He also led the integration of more than 20 acquisitions that became UPS Supply Chain Solutions and led its improved financial performance, capabilities, and global footprint. Post-UPS, he served as CEO and director for Unitech Global Services, a telecommunications company, and serves as an independent board member and advisor. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the discussion.
Do this look like work to you? Nah, looking at the lights like it's all it is for me. Everyone tonight is here, all it is for me. Hands in the air, yeah, all it is for me. Bottles over here, all it is for me. Bottles bringing bottles here, all it is for me.
That's something we should.
Rocky Romanella is the founder and CEO.
It was one of my more favorite products.
That's a good one.